and welcome to our appetizer section. Our chief cook here, Jennifer, will be leading us in our culinary exercises today, as I am not that great. Go right ahead.
Nor am I. But the best part about a beer in the garden party is that everything is really simple and really light. Again, this is a really casual party. As Jocelyn mentioned earlier, this is the type of party where neighbors can drop in and drop out. They could stay for 15 minutes, they could stay for an hour, it doesn't matter. So you want the food to reflect that. It's nothing that's going to be heavy, and it's certainly nothing that you can't have while you're standing up, because this is a type of event, there's not going to be seating, basically. You're going to be outside, you're going to be having a beer in one hand, and you have this other one hand to eat something very sparingly. So with that in mind, we've come up with 3 really light, really easy, summery kind of appetizers.
Yep. And not hot. Also.
Yes, that's the other thing too. Nothing that really needs to be, you don't need to be going in and out of the oven. And for people like me who don't enjoy the heat or the humidity.
Yeah, we're all sporting some Annette Funicello here.
Yeah, I don't do well with heat, cooking in the heat, any type of humidity, and entertaining at the same time. Anyone who's been to my house during a child's birthday party, say from last weekend, know that I was dripping in flop sweat. So it's great. So this is not that kind of party, much more easy to deal with, especially when it comes to the hostess. So with that said, first thing we're going to do is so easy, it's bruschetta. Everybody has a great bruschetta recipe. I'm sure you have one at home. The best part about bruschetta is that it's flexible. You can add things from your garden if you have them. Just throw them in. Nobody cares if you put cheese in, if you put varying different vegetables, whatever. This is your basic run-of-the-mill. Feel free to jazz it up in your own home.
And we're actually using, excuse me, all fresh herbs from the garden.
From all of our gardens, which is great. So to start with, again, really easy. We're going to start off with some tomatoes chopped up. Jocelyn did a nice job in terms of quartering. I like to go with, because it's not yet tomato season here in New England, when we do have our tomatoes from our garden, we went with the cherry tomatoes. Those seem to pack the most flavor. Just put them in quarters really quickly. Just a quick little chop up of those.
Nobody chops a tomato like you, Jocelyn.
Well, there's a pan.
Yeah.
They've teased me my whole life.
Jocelyn's the youngest of the 3 of us, and so when we were growing up, we always used to make her butter the pans because we told her that she did it the best.
Because Jennifer was always baking cookies for us.
I do, however, serve as sous chef. I am good at chopping, peeling, and boiling. It's just the other stuff that...
You're very good at it all, Jocelyn.
Thank you.
That being said, in our last episode, we referenced how if you put a little bit of balsamic or any kind of vinegar in with an onion, it really takes the bite out of it and keeps the sweet flavor of it. So what we did is we chopped up some red onions and let them sit in balsamic for, I don't know, like 10 minutes. No big deal. Throw that in with your tomatoes.
And all the balsamic in it too, right? You're not just pulling...
Yeah, throw the balsamic in it too. That's going to serve as your marinade. If you don't feel like you're a balsamic fan or you like something else, honestly, throw a little Italian dressing in there. It's equally great. Alexander, while we're waiting, what we did is we just sliced up some French bread, totally easy. Run it under the broiler, as my mother would say. And then when you see it nice and brown on one side, take it out, flip it over. It takes about a minute aside. Flip it over. When it's done, this is the best key of all, which I didn't learn till so late in life. It was kind of embarrassing. But don't put your garlic in your bruschetta mix because it's biting. What you want to do is cut your garlic clove in half, and as soon as these little bread toasts come out, you just rub them with the half of garlic. Done. And make sure it's the garlic side is up, the one that you're going to put the bruschetta mix on. Alexander, if you want to start doing that.
I would love to start doing this.
And Jocelyn's going to add our very last ingredient here in the bruschetta, which is the fresh basil from the garden.
Now, see, if I can do this, you can too.
Now,
she makes it sound like, you know, she's like this in the kitchen. She's really not.
I can make the basics, but I
very
love
good,
the
Jocelyn.
elan that you have.
This is also a great frozen yogurt if anyone's in the mood. So this is totally the basics. You could add olives to it, you can add cucumbers to it, celery, you name it. Do whatever you want into it, whatever you like. But the key to bruschetta too is get it, put it on there, and then take it outside and serve it to your guests. If you let it sit, it's going to be disgusting and soggy, and that's certainly not what you want to be serving your guests.
And this bruschetta, you cook the bread in advance. You don't then put the topping on it.
You can do it the night before. Yeah, it's too easy. Do it the night before, even rub it with the garlic, put it in some Tupperware, and then right before you go outside to serve it to your guests, literally spoon it on like Jocelyn's doing right now. And doing oh so well.
I was going to say, but
it's all in the wrist.
Everyone should know also that you cut the clove with the like the paper on it. It makes it very easy to rub. And there's the rub.
I would just put it back on that.
Yes, lovely.
Always ready.
And it's very pretty. It's got some good color to it. You've got the green stuff, the red stuff, and the purple.
It looks like a garden type of hors d'oeuvre, and it's delicious.
Yes, very fresh.
So green stuff, otherwise known as basil.
While we let, there you go. Our next hors d'oeuvre is, again, crazy easy. It's almost embarrassing. So, if you want to grab me the big, there we go.
Here you go.
There we go. Thank you. This, my friends, is a seedless watermelon. I don't know how I feel about the seedless watermelon these days in terms of, you know, is it good? Is it right? I don't know. I'm not sure. But regardless, it's easy for this. Would you grab me the melon baller? Thank you.
Oh, this is one of my favorite kitchen utensils.
It is. Melon baller. Great. If you don't have one, seriously, $5.99, can't go wrong. The best part about it is I also use this for baking cookies. I do the cookie dough and...
You do?
Yes, all the time. That's why my cookies are all the same size. Again, didn't learn that trick until late in life.
Wow.
I know, it's fabulous. Anyways, melon baller. Cut your watermelon in half and literally just go to town as if you're scooping ice cream. And you got yourself a little watermelon ball. What we're going to do, and this is the beauty of this hors d'oeuvre. Toothpick, please.
Oh, toothpick.
We have fresh mint from the garden. By the way, if you have not planted mint in your garden, don't. It will take over your entire garden. In fact, I thought we had gotten rid of all of ours and I found some stray mint, so it's still alive and well. It's the hardiest of all. What you're going to do is, this is so pretty. You take a quick watermelon ball that we just did, then put a little piece of mint on it like this, and then, I know it sounds strange, but a little cube of feta. We just cut up some feta here. They're adorable. They're really cute like this. You can even, if you wanted to be totally crazy, you could serve them in the watermelon like this. Just stick your toothpick in and walk around with the watermelon, but that's too heavy for me. I don't like a lot of heavy lifting.
Plus, it takes two hands.
It takes
you
two
need
hands.
one to hold your beer.
So we prefer the platter. And basically, you just stick them down like this with your cheese on the bottom so they kind of stand up. Or they do in real life, just not on camera.
Mine does.
And then you just walk around.
See, you are good at something, Jocelyn.
Exactly.
We knew it.
They like me. They really like me.
And people can have a beer in one hand, take one of these, pop it in their mouth, and done. It's actually a really nice summer burst of flavors. You've got the salty, the
very pretty.
And very pretty, too, which is nice.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
Excellent.
Very reminiscent of the garden. Carlotta would be proud.